on 14 to 15 March 2024. The President will meet with the head of state and heads of government in Germany and the Czech Republic. He will be welcomed by the German Chancellor, as I said, Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and by the Czech President Peter Pavel, and the Prime Minister Peter Fiala, who visited the Philippines last year. The President will also meet with the heads of the Czech Republic, with the other high officials of the Czech Republic, if I may correct myself. This is the heads of the Czech Parliament, the Senate President Miloš Vystrčil, and the President of the Chamber of Deputies, Markéta Pekarová-Adamová, or in short, the Speaker. The President's trip to the two Central European countries follows the visit to Manila of Czech Prime Minister Peter Fiala in April 2023 and the German Federal Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock in January 2024. And this endeavor seeks to strengthen bilateral relations and foster increased cooperation with the two countries. During the President's time in Germany and the Czech Republic, the President will focus on bolstering trade and investment opportunities in the Philippines, inviting German and Czech companies to increase their presence in the country. The President will also attend business forums in both countries participated in by prominent business leaders. He will then meet with major companies intending to take advantage of the Philippines' continuing impressive economic performance and conducive economic investment environment. During these business forums, partnership agreements will also be signed. In Germany, in terms of government-to-government agreements, there will be a joint declaration of intent on strengthening cooperation in maritime sector, which will be signed by both countries' transportation agencies. This JDI seeks to facilitate maritime trade and mobility of Philippine and German-owned commercial vessels. Also in Germany, there will be a signing of the cooperation program between the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, and the German Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training, BIBB. I think that's an acronym in the German language. The cooperation program seeks to continue TESDA and BIBB's partnership on technical and vocational education and training, or TVET. In the Czech Republic, we will sign a joint communique on the establishment of a labor consultations mechanism which aims to enhance cooperation between the Philippines and the Czech Republic for the safe and orderly migration of Filipino workers, as well as for the provision of higher protection of their rights and welfare. There are also other agreements in the pipeline that we are closely working on with the Czech side. Then the President will also have the opportunity to meet with the Filipino communities living in Germany and the Czech Republic to personally share its administration's plans and programs for the OFWs and reaffirm the Philippine government's agenda and commitment to supporting them wherever they are. Our bilateral relations between the Philippines and the Czech Republic were established on October 1973, so we are celebrating 50 years of bilateral relations. This year also, we will commemorate 70 years of bilateral relations with Germany, which were established on 8 October 1954. So thank you very much.
Okay, the floor is open for questions. Marcel Halili, TV5. Hi ma'am, magandang umaga po. Ma'am, you mentioned earlier na merong labor cooperation agreement that will be signed sa Czech Republic. May we know gaano kalaki yung labor forces na Filipino na naka-base sa Czech, and ano ba yung condition nila? Why is there a need for additional protection?
Thank you po. For the Czech Republic, we will sign a joint communique on bilateral labor agreement. There are at present 7,000, approximately 7,000 Filipinos in the Czech Republic, and the Czech Republic has expressed its interest to encourage more Filipinos to participate in the labor market. In fact, they have announced a yearly quota for Filipinos starting this May of 10,000 Filipinos who may enter the Czech Republic for work.
And may we know what particular jobs will be available?
This will be in different types of jobs, skilled and professional work.
Harley Balbuena.
Hello, good morning po. The President has been active in raising the West Philippine issue during his recent trip to Australia. So will he do the same on his trip to Germany and the Czech Republic?
Thank you. The visit to Germany and the Czech Republic also stems from the fact that these are countries which are like-minded. We share values for democracy, human rights, and the rule of law, including in the promotion of an open, inclusive, international rules-based order. Yes, the President will have an exchange on how both could work together in maintaining an international rules-based order. And if some of you may have noticed in the recent incident in the West Philippine Sea, the German ambassador and the Czech ambassador issued a statement of support for the Philippines and their concern in what's happening in the area.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ivan Mayrina, GMA7.
In relation to that, ma'am, do we expect also defense cooperation agreements to be signed during this visit?
Thank you po. For Germany, we already have a defense cooperation agreement. It is primarily, it was signed in 1974, if I may, but it focused initially on training of our armed forces. So now we would like to convey our interest to expand the cooperation. With the Czech Republic, we're also exploring, discussing with them on how we can also expand cooperation in areas including defense.
Nabanggit niyo rin po magkakaroon ng agreement with related to the maritime sector between the Philippines and Germany. How is this expected to benefit the Filipino seafarers, especially those in the European-owned vessels?
Okay, maraming salamat po. On the agreement itself, this is more on the commercial side. So it's facilitating the movement of maritime trade. And you know very well that 1/3 of the seafarers around the world are Filipinos. And a robust shipping industry in the Philippines and in worldwide will be good for the employment of seafarers, Filipino seafarers. Maraming salamat.
Marcela Lili.
May we know who will join the President on his trip to Germany and Czech Republic?
For the trip for the visit to Germany and the Czech Republic, the President, aside from Madam, the First Lady, he will be joined by key cabinet officials. The Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Enrique Manalo, Secretary of Trade, Secretary Pascual, the Speaker of the House, and the Senate President. and Secretary Chu Laurel, yeah. OIC Hans Kakdak of DMW, and PCO Secretary Garafil, yeah, to name a few.
Alvin Baltasar, Radyo Pilipinas. Microphone.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning po.
Good morning
Ma'am,
po.
how many business deals do we expect to be signed on that trip of the president?
On the business deal, I would rather leave that to our colleague from the Department of Trade and Industry. And I would also rather would like to be surprised kasi we're also finalizing our arrangements on the business forum, on the business meeting. And as I said, let us be surprised after the visit on what we can announce to you.
Oh, Jin Mangalus,
Pleasantly surprised, I would say.
Inquirer.net.
Hi, morning. Can you please ask what's happening, what's the situation in Czech Republic that demands such a high volume of Filipino workers?
Okay, thank you. Well, the Filipino workers and everywhere, and whenever we talk, especially from our counterparts in Europe, they really appreciate the work ethic of our countrymen and their talent and skills. So that's one. So they do get a premium in terms of recruitment and benefits. And as far as Europe is concerned, Europe has a problem with its population. A lot of them have a shortage in their working population, and in some of them they have been a boom, say in the tourism industry, and they know our skills, even in our our hospitable nature and our very pleasant attitude at work. Lagi tayong nakangiti. So, particularly say in the tourism industry, they would like us to be there. But that's only for tourism. But as I said, there are also opportunities for our countrymen in other sectors, in other industry, because we were known for our skilled workforce. Yeah.
Quick follow-up, is the 10K quota in effect now, or will it be sealed during the President's visit?
They have already announced it. There is already a decision. Actually, starting January 2024, the quota is 5,000. And the Czech, they have announced that this will be increased beginning May to 10,000.
Okay. Pia Gutierrez, ABS.
For the Filipinos only. Yeah?
Ma'am, the President has been receiving much criticism over the frequency of his foreign visits. Particularly, itong visit na to will happen just a few days after he returned from two separate visits to Australia. Ma'am, can you talk to the Filipino people and tell them in a nutshell what does the Philippines stand to gain from these two particular trips?
Okay. Thank you. The President international engagements is, of course, in support of his development agenda, security, economic, that will redound to the benefits of our countrymen. And for Germany and the Czech Republic, the visit will focus, as we have said earlier, in strengthening partnership with like-minded countries in Europe, especially the promotion of a rules-based international order. We will also wish to expand economic cooperation with Germany to explore other avenues of cooperation, and the same with the Czech Republic. For both, we will enhance labor cooperation. We are, you know very well that we have an agreement with Germany on health workers that has been in place, the Triple Win program. And now we are in discussions with them on the entry also of our Filipino countrymen in other professions and skilled work. And we mentioned earlier the one with with the Czech Republic. And lastly, we would like to increase people-to-people exchanges because we have in Germany a huge Filipino community, 36,000 Filipinos, and in the Czech Republic, the 7,000 that is there is expected to grow also.
So ma'am, in short, ito pong mga trips na to, you believe that these trips are necessary at this point in time and basically not a waste of government expenses? Kasi yun po yung sentiment kasi ng public.
No, hindi po. Yes. This is indeed, these trips are all in support of the President's development agenda for the well-being and well-being of our country and the progress of of the Filipinos. Thank you po.
Ann Soberano.
Ma'am, good morning.
Good morning po.
Yes po. You made mention na may meeting si President with business leaders in Germany and Czech. May we know po kung meron na what companies and what business they would intend to invest in the Philippines? Thank you.
There are meetings. There are meetings with the companies that are interested in renewable energy, in manufacturing, healthcare, aerospace, and innovation.
So ma'am, bukod po dun sa healthcare workers, ano po yung sunod na malaking bilang ng mga professions ng mga Pilipino doon sa Germany at saka Czech Republic?
Sa Germany po, iba-iba yung kanilang mga aside from the health workers, merong sa mga IT, sa manufacturing also. And of course, we have those who have made Germany their home. Nagpunta doon, they met their family there. They build their family there. Some are students also.
Okay. Okay. So, okay na po tayo? Wala kanyang press corps? Okay. So, yan po ang nakalatag na trabaho ni na Pangulong Marcos at ng Philippine Delegation sa Germany at Czech Republic sa susunod na linggo. Maraming salamat, Malacanang Press Corps, at Happy International Women's Day sa lahat ng wonderful women dito. Thank you, ma'am.